Hey, what's going on everyone? John Shea here. And today in this video, I want to go over a Presscable review. So what we're going to be talking about is the power of press releases and why this is something that you want to utilize for possibly your own websites, but most definitely for other clients and businesses. So I actually did a webinar, a co-webinar with Jay Cruz of the Presscable team. This company is founded by Chris Munch, and Chris actually approached me and he said, you know what, let's do a webinar together with his team, and Jay came on. We actually did this awesome webinar. But what I wanted to do was kind of give you guys like a quick and dirty review of this software, show you exactly really what you're getting for it. And if you decide to go and grab this during the special deal that I'm running here, it's now, let's see, if you're watching this video, depending on when you're watching it, it's Wednesday, June 7th. Tomorrow night, I've actually got this particular deal is raising in price. So depending on when you actually watch this video, you may or may not be able to get this at the price I'm going to be showing it in this video. And you possibly may even miss out entirely. So I just want to get that out there before we go through this. But I'm going to leave a link to the actual webinar. It was about an hour and a half, and there's a lot of stuff that Jay talks about, and he goes over some demos. But I wanted to really give you guys like a quick and dirty example of how this works. And for those of you maybe doing some research on Presscable, you're watching this on YouTube, hopefully you'll find this video to be really helpful, give you an idea of what this service is all about and how it can help you make a lot of money. So let's go through Presscable. What is the idea of this? Basically, you're going out there and submitting a press release. A press release is essentially taking a piece of news and publishing it out there to a whole wide range of different news outlets and distribution channels where you're going to have that same article just published over and over again. So what ends up happening with this is all of these articles, a lot of them, some of these bigger authority news sites will actually rank for the keywords you utilize inside of the title of the press release. Inside that press release, you can then utilize some sort of call to action where maybe you get people to go to a website or pick up the phone and call, like have an address there listed. So all the information about that business is actually right there, very easy for people to find. So basically, here's kind of a little bit of how it works. You log into the members area, you choose exactly what you want to do. You can either have the PR article written for you, you could write it yourself from scratch, you could write it based off of an existing template, and then you can see how many existing credits you have to order more press releases. So they give you a few different options. You just use their software, you go through, you can fill out their templates. You go and fill out all the information you need, the business name, the niche, the website URL of the business, what product it is, the type of product, the product URL, if any, the start date, how long it's been in development. My product has been in development since, the person from the business providing a quote, and then that person's position, owner or CEO or marketing coordinator, something like that. So once you do that, you then go on and fill out some of the other basic stuff, like how long you've been in business, when it was established, the optional sort of aim of the business, where you're going with it. And you now basically fill out all the content, so you can see you're filling out your PR article. The idea of this is that you want something that is news related, but that doesn't mean that you can be a little bit sneaky with this, I guess is what I'm saying. You can go in and you can actually put something into the press release that's going to give people an idea of like, hey, we're now running 20 years in business. Jake's Landscaping. You can see here, this one's all about Woodman's Landscaping Service announced the launch of its new commercial landscape gardening service. So it's like, that's something that could be very true. Like they're just adding this new commercial landscape gardening service, and that's a keyword, commercial landscape gardening service in Dallas. Like that's your keyword right there. And that's ultimately what this is going to rank for. So that gives you an idea of what we're going after here. Fill in all your press release information, your contact info, and then you hit publish, and pretty much within 24 to 48 hours, everything's going to come back for you. So you can see here's the distribution. They're going to hit all these major news sites. It's going to be out there and just go out and does its thing, as it says here. I thought it's kind of funny. So that's pretty much the gist of it. If you look at the plans and pricing currently on Presscable, to write yourself, it's $160. If they write it for you, $260. And then if they create the campaign for you and you get 3 press releases, you're going to be paying $500. That's for 3. So that's quite a bit. And what I want to tell you is that I've got a special offer right now. You guys are going to be able to get this for much cheaper. So let me first show you the back end of this, how this all works. Here's the back end. You can see it's the same deal. If I say write PR for me, they're going to tell me exactly, how many credits I have. They're going to give me a little bit of guidance in terms of what I want. They're going to tell me I've got 2 authoring credits right now. That means I have 2 credits, meaning that 1 credit can be used to have a press release, professionally written. And then from there, I basically, now that gives me the ability to have somebody write it for me. So this is a credit you can purchase within the system. And you can see they bring you through a whole series of different things. So, what's the goal of the press release? What's the theme? If we keep going, there's other things like the media info. I kind of brought you through that here on the sales page there. But if we go back, I could also write one myself. So I could put in the headline, the content, summary, any media I want, like pictures, information about it, like category, when I want it published. Ultimately, you probably want like within a couple days or tomorrow, something like that. And then some extra company information. So pretty straightforward stuff. If we go back, you can also write from a template. So they give you some choices. There's a little video here on how to get started with this. But you can go in and actually pick a template. So you could say, this is like a contest that, plumber XYZ is running, or, you get some different things that you could go off of. A new YouTube channel, a new video review, a new product. You got all kinds of different things here that you could utilize. So let's just say we had, let's see, existing product. I'm just thinking something real basic. New service. This is great. So we could say, celebrate a launch, local market. This is a really good one. So we could say, Joe's Plumbing is expanding to the Boston, Massachusetts area. So now we can go in and put in all the different stuff. The town, they ask for everything you need. So this is kind of giving you a guide that you can basically easily be able to sort of create the written template based off of all the information that you provide. So I'm not going to go through all this just to save some time, but you get the idea. So if we go back, let's see, previous. I'm going to go back to manage PRs. Now, the other cool thing is you get full-on training with this. So there's a huge training guide in here. It shows you how to use everything. There's a quick start guide, an FAQ. They give you all the training, like how to make money with your press releases, increasing your citations and Google Map rankings, for health supplements, benefits, how often you should publish them, the shocking truth about them, maximizing keyword success with the right approach. They go over all these different things. So you've got a lot of different opportunities here. I'm actually thinking of using this for myself, just for a new software that I just launched. This is something where you can come in. There's some case studies, how this guy added $75,000 to his digital agency in months. How this guy exploded his local SEO, but I don't even know how to pronounce that. You got a bunch of different things here that you could basically go off of. So let me show you some examples of how this is working. If we go over here to Google and you type in Minneapolis family teeth whitening, you basically have this article here ranking #1. So this is an example of how this works. If you go down, these are all ads, and then this is the Google 3-pack. But now you've got the organic results, and this is where a lot of the actual authority of these press releases are going to come into play. So if we click on Minneapolis MN family teeth whitening, you can see this is an article that's written, a news story. It's about a dental and family cosmetic based business that had this news article pushed through Presscable. It's now published on Wave 3 News. You can see there's calls to action all throughout this, and it's basically saying that, hey, we offer teeth whitening, and this is all the services we do, and now we're offering this as a service, and bam, call to action hitting this Brooklyn Boulevard dental company. So this is a company now ranking in the first place position for, teeth whitening, family teeth whitening. Like if I was in Minneapolis and I went searching for family teeth whitening, I now have this article ranking #1. So pretty powerful stuff. Here's another one. Another city I do not even want to try to pronounce. Adelaide, maybe that's, I probably pronounced that wrong, but lock supplies, that's pretty specific. Come down again, you can see one of the sites, the same one in fact, actually picked this up. Base Lock Supply celebrates its 5th year anniversary. So they're ranking #1, beating out Yellow Pages, a company called Lock Supplies, this Where Is, a bunch of other companies here. I think this must be in Australia. And this one I think also got, I want to say one of these might be the same company in the 3-pack. So let's take a look at this one. This is locksupplies.com.au. So you can see they're actually now boosted up. They're all the way here, number 4. And let's see, is this the same one? Might be the same company. If we go to, yep, it's the same company. So this one's ranking number 1 in the map pack as well. And what happened was the boost from all of the press release done, all that work gone into the press release, these guys are just dominating that lock supplies term. So if anybody were to look for lock supplies, pretty much no matter what, whether or not they go to the map pack or they go to the organic, the number 4 listing, I mean, these guys are everywhere on page 1 for lock supplies, and that's exactly what they offer. So they pretty much dominated this term. So that gives you guys a quick example of how to utilize this. Again, just wanted to quickly show you some of the special pricing I have. This is limited, so depending on when you watch this video, if you're watching it here Wednesday on June 7th or tomorrow, June 8th, or beyond that, you could still pick this up at any time. I will leave a link below the video. You can go check this out. But basically, you're going to be able to get 15 press releases for roughly $700. This price fluctuates depending on when you decide to check out the offer. And the ultimate package is $1,000, and you get 30 of them. So just think about this. If you utilize even just one of these press releases for a business, you could say, hey, I'm going to go get you, rank number 1 for home remodeling in Boston. That could be extremely powerful. People will pay a ton of money for that. So, that's really where you got to have your thinking cap on with this. Think about how you could help a business, what kind of money you could charge them. I mean, I could easily charge a company, probably very easily $1,500, $2,000 and just say, hey, I'm going to get you number 1 for some crazy term that's going to bring you in super, tons and tons of business. And you could do this 30 times with this package. So you could make your money back. You could make 10 times this easily if you played your cards right and actually approached this the right way. So I didn't have any case studies because, at least for myself, because I didn't have the time to do this, but I wanted to show you some ones, these 2 that they had actually done. It's pretty interesting stuff. I think this one's just absolutely dominating. So again, if you want to check this out, click below there. I'll leave a link to go take a look at Presscable. Thanks again for checking out my Presscable review. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to leave a comment and I'll be